All right, we're gonna talk a little bit about how I save money on organic meat. Now, over the years, I've heard multiple medical professionals talk about the importance of buying organic meat and organic dairy, but I've always struggled with this because it's always been so stinking expensive. So I've always been kind of keeping my eye out, looking for ways to kind of save money on organic meat. And really, I've just wanted to get the healthiest meat possible for my family without spending tons and tons of money. So that leads me to the thing that has worked the best for me so far. So about a year and a half ago, I signed up for this service called Butcherbox. And what they do is it's a monthly box that comes to your door full of meat that you order. You get to pick it out yourself. And they offer a variety of cuts from free range organic chicken to a whole bunch of different cuts of grass-fed beef to some heritage breed pork, which I don't even know what that is because I don't eat pork, and they also have wild Alaskan salmon. So I've just been in love with the options that they provide. And then on top of that, the convenience of having this delivered to my house once a month has been really, really great. Now, I'm someone who loves to shop at Whole Foods, but as we all know, Whole Foods is crazy expensive. So I try to limit the amount of times I go to Whole Foods. But what's exciting is that a lot of the meat that I get from Butcherbox is actually a higher quality and better than a lot of the meat at the counter over at Whole Foods. So if you've shopped at the Whole Foods meat counter before, you know that they have 5 different levels of meat, basically quality, that they offer. And so the lowest level is basically a little bit better than your average grocery store. And the highest level is basically where the cow is like a pet and it has a name and is massaged every day. And that kind of free-rangeness, if you will. And I know this differs from location to location, but at our Whole Foods, most of the meat at the meat counter falls into that lowest category 1 level. And at the same time, most of the meat that I get from Butcherbox falls into the category probably about 3 level. So if the meat being higher quality wasn't good enough, the meat is actually considerably cheaper than if I were buying it at Whole Foods, even the lower quality. All right, so before I signed up for Butcherbox, one of the things I was concerned about is how are they going to get frozen meat to my doorstep, especially in the summer, and keep it frozen. And so I'm now in my 2nd summer with them, and I've just been so impressed that they've been able to do this successfully. And basically what I understand is that they just measure out the appropriate amount of dry ice for each box depending on your geographic location, and then it just stays frozen. And we even had one instance where we weren't able to pick up our box off of our porch for up to like 24 hours after it arrived, and the meat was still super cold. And another thing I was kind of concerned about when I first started with them was what type of meat am I going to get and how much choice do I have? And initially when I started, they only had curated boxes, meaning they'd send a box with whatever meat they wanted to put in it and hope you like it. But they've since rolled out a custom box, which allows you and I to select whatever cuts we want and then have them shipped to us. And then we can add on additional things if we want. And it just gives you tons and tons of flexibility to pick out whatever meat you actually want and whatever you're actually going to eat. And so the way my family does this is we just use this 1 monthly box as our month-long supply of meat that we get. So not only does it save us a trip to the grocery store, it's also something I just don't have to think about anymore because we just always have meat in the freezer. All right, so if you have any other questions about Butcherbox that I can help with, definitely leave them down in the comments below and I will answer them as soon as I can. And you can obviously reach out to Butcherbox themselves by checking out their website. We'll have that linked up as well, so you can check that out. So if we haven't met, by the way, my name is Bob Lotich, so glad to meet you. And on this channel, what we do is we offer money-saving tips and strategies, kind of like this one. And then we also talk about some of the timeless biblical principles and how to manage our money wisely, because after all, what's the point of having it if we can't manage it wisely? And so if that's something that interests you, you can definitely hit the subscribe button so we can be friends and stay connected. All right, and if you found this video helpful, I would love it if you could give us a thumbs up. That would be amazing. And if you're looking for some really specific money-saving strategies that you can implement right now today, check out this video. It's 5 of my best tips on how you can start saving some money today. So that is all we have for this video. So have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.